What's up, you guys? It's Deanna and I'm coming back with another video. If you don't know me, well, get in tune because I'm the psychic girl who delivers messages from the other side. Okay, now that we got that out the way, 10 seconds in, let's get into the reading. Hello, goodbye. Now, today we are doing the reading for Linda Stoltz Fools. Now, I know I'm not saying that right, but it's not really about the pronunciation. It's about the principle behind what I'm doing, okay? So, Linda, it was discovered that, well, as I was doing my reading, I found out a lot about the case. It was discovered that she went missing June 21st on her way from church. Now, I'm gonna get into what really made me start. So, I kind of just want to get into how I found this reading. Well, this girl did go missing recently, but in my city, there's a whole bunch of missing posters and stuff like that around my city because she is located close to me. So I'm seeing this everywhere. And the first time that I'm seeing it, I'm on my way home from work on the bus and I see her picture. And naively thinking, I'm like, maybe she ran away for her own freedom. Because, Amish girls, they don't go missing. This type of stuff don't just happen. Like, she had to run away. She had to. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Today I found out that, let me just continue with the things that I saw so I can get to that without jumping back and forth, back and forth. So as I'm thinking that, I see the word she travels far. Not she travels far, but travels far. And I see the word Lancaster. Now at the time, I did not know where she went missing until maybe like the next day or the day after, where my nana called me and said, hey, you want to go to Walmart? When nanas call, you're going to go to every which way store. So we ended up going to Sam's Club and Walmart. So when I was in Sam's Club, my dad was talking. I forgot what he said specifically about her case, but he said that he basically said she went missing in Lancaster. And the way he said it was like, oh, you ain't know she went missing in Lancaster. And I'm just like standing there in this daze. The daze that I'm glad he didn't recognize, because it was kind of one of those like, really? Lancaster? She didn't run away? Type of thing. And it affected me that whole day because I kind of didn't want to talk to my dad about it because he's not really into what I do. I mean, he believes me now because of the things that I say that's actually happening. But he believes me more now, but I'm not just about to come out and have a conversation with him about the things that I saw and my feelings. Because you know how dads are. It was just like that feeling hit me like she wasn't a runaway. The place that you saw was actually the place where she was abducted. Deanna like put two and two together. And it made me feel even worse. I feel like I'm back and forth. Like it doesn't make sense, but I don't care. But it made me feel even worse because I was like, I don't need to do a reading for her, because she ran away. It's not a big deal. She just ran away. They'll find her, and then something like this happens. You're probably like, what is this? Like, what are you talking about, Deanna? And if you guys are following her case, basically, video surveillance showed her abduction. And I found this out on the news today. That's why I was all overly emotional. And that's the main reason why I decided to pick up the camera and record. Because I just seen in the news article that I was about to say killer, but her abductor was arrested. And the car that, well, not only was he arrested, but the clothes that she had on, well, similar clothes that she had, was found near his car. I think his car was abandoned or something like that. But they found the little girl's clothes and they found the car. I wasn't trying to pay too much attention to what I was reading. It was just like, wow, okay, where did she go missing from? Where, like, it was just things that I wanted to answer from my own reading. So forgive me for not paying too much attention to certain details. I definitely would like to hear any of you guys, opinions or things that I may be missing from the case, or how the family feels or anything like that. I would definitely like to hear that in the comments. But it was just crazy. Like, finding out today, like, that girl was literally abducted. What you saw in the beginning about her traveling far and the word Lancaster all had to do with her abduction. It wasn't no she traveled to Lancaster. It wasn't no she traveled from Lancaster. She went missing in Lancaster. And I say that like that because I remember the feeling when my dad told me that she went missing in Lancaster. Like, I feel like I keep on talking about that main point because it's like dramatic almost. Like, it's kind of like it gives me this icky feeling. I see the word guilty. Okay, I do feel guilty. But yeah, let me just continue with the reading. Oh child, anyway, so not spirit pulling my card. I do want to get into this reading because I do feel like the time is ticking. It's crazy how I say that because I did see a vision pertaining to that earlier. Like, the clock is ticking. I see it almost to the hour hand. Like, the minute hand almost to the hour hand. Like, the clock is ticking. That's just a vision I saw before I started writing everything down, that the clock was ticking. And remains to finding her, or concerning into finding her, that I needed to speak up because the clock was ticking. Whew, I'm saying a lot of stuff in this video that I didn't want to say, or just overly expressing myself on certain things that I did not plan on speaking about. Because I totally left that part out. Like, the clock is ticking, Deanna. You gotta hurry up. The clock is ticking. So, let me get into the reading. Now that we're here for the truth, let's continue. Okay, so I'm looking at the girl's photos, right? And it always starts there. It always starts with the photos. So I'm looking at the girl's photos, and the part that really made me jump up and start writing all this down, regardless of the fact that the feelings that I had finding out that she was missing, but the thing that made me like really jump up and grab my colored pencil, literally a colored pencil, and start writing, is the fact that when I saw the location, like it was the map and it had these like 2 points on it. I'm probably gonna insert a slide. But they had 2 points on them, and I can't remember which point it was, if it was the top one or the second one, because that was actually too blurry and too fast. But I remember seeing the words near there, and basically Spirit showed me this. And I put an emphasis on this gap because I actually had to think about how I was going to explain this and why it was important to me and why it should be important to you. Because Spirit didn't show me, when Spirit showed me that, they didn't say, oh, near here or near here or near here. They said near there. So let me just show you what I saw. That says the red sign. Now, all you have to do is think of the location map that I inserted and that little space in the far corner past that. Like, I don't want to put an emphasis on the extra location around it. I just want you to focus on near there. It's not to the left, it's to the right, up here. Okay? Now, I saw the words help her, and then that's when I seen the words ours. And I was writing down that her body would be found. I forget the vision that I had concerning that, but then writing that down, I saw the words ours, and then writing her body, and then cut off by the words trees, and then I continue with my sentence, will be found. This is how it looks. This is why I read it like that. So that's kind of like how it cuts off for me when I'm writing a sentence, or if I'm trying to write it and I literally see something in that moment, I just jot it down, continue with what I'm saying, and then if I'm cut off by something, I just write it down and then continue with my sentence. I don't do that all the time though, because I feel like it takes away from the message, but still, let's continue. I saw the words family do care, and I saw the words Memorial Day. Now, ooh, I've been getting the goosebumps. Not even the goosebumps, but the hairs on my arms been standing since I've been doing this reading. It started at a certain point in the reading. I remember that specifically. It started at a certain point in the reading where all the hair on my arms started standing up. Let me continue. I try to make these readings authentic as possible because we are human. We're not robots. We do not, like, come on now. Too many people are acting fake, and when people show you the real, people don't know how to handle it, especially with real psychics. They expect us to be, I don't know what they expect us to be. And then when they see me, they're like, what? A psychic? Maybe it's because, I don't know. But let me continue. Let's get to the point, okay? After seeing the words Memorial Day, I actually asked the question, where's her body? And I saw the word hidden. Damn, I keep getting emotional. Stop getting emotional, Deanna. Like, my God. See, there's certain things in this reading that I didn't write down concerning me talking to spirit. Especially with my apology to her on the ignorance that I vocally expressed. Well, not vocally, but that energy that I held, feeling like she could have been a runaway, that those negative thoughts, I just felt like I had to apologize for that. And there's a lot of things in this reading that she have said concerning what I have said, and also spirit giving me advice. But then that I keep seeing the words disappear, body disappear. I don't know why I keep seeing that. And the word notice. But basically, within saying all that on the private things that me and Spirit was talking about, Spirit basically said control it when these random Spirit says negative emotion, because I do tend to get emotional and have things take away from the reading. But yeah, when I asked where her body is, I saw the word hidden. A lot of things in this reading is very emotional. So if you are not able to, if you feel like this video is too graphic, I already know it's graphic, but if you feel like it's too graphic, then I wouldn't suggest you to watch it. But for those who came for the real information, I was also thinking about how he got her in the car. And I saw the words threatened her, and I saw the words shed tears. Now, this is where my readings take a turn, because what I saw was, I only want to read it from the paper, but what I saw was a body laying down. It was the right foot sticking out from under all that rubble, and it was like a sheet of dirt covering her body, like a thick, heavy sheet of dirt, and leaves over top of it, if that makes sense. Like, I notice that sometimes when spirit shows me things, they show it to a certain extent to not make it too graphic for me, because that's what I get. Not only the symbolism, the symbolic meaning from it, but the fact that it's, I don't know, because I feel like, spirit does censor things for me, but seeing the word symbolic, reason why I said symbolic like that, seeing the word symbolic, I feel like it's just symbolic for the way he may have buried her, you know? I just have to tell you guys how I feel, even if I may have thought one thing and spirit saying the other. But yeah, I saw her foot out of all this rubble. Only one foot. Barefoot and face down. I don't know if I said that, but it was face down. I also saw this. I saw a landmark. Well, I saw this when thinking about if he would have taken her to a hotel, then people would have reported it. People would have been like, oh, he took her here, he took her there. But no, people just mentioned the fact that that they saw an Amish girl in a red car with a man who looked similar to her abductor. Now, this is what I saw. It was like a landmark with that type of tie around it. It was orange. And it was like a wooden stick. Well, it wasn't like a wooden stick. It was a wooden stick placed inside the ground. I also saw the words private area and woods. Now, you see in the X and the question mark beside it, I put the question mark because I usually put ×2 or ×3 because I usually keep count. But I saw the words woods so many times, I just put question mark. Now, I did see 4 nails. It was obviously a man's hand, I'm not gonna lie. His hand, actually, because it was the same skin color. But what can I say the nail length was like? It was a little bit shorter than this. Not even a little bit, it was a lot shorter than this. But 4 of his nails had dirt underneath. Like black dirt. I say black like that because when I was writing it down, and I actually drew a picture, and when I was writing it down, describing it, Spirit specifically said the word black. Like, oh, be specific about the colors. Like, certain things that I say, I'm specific because that's how Spirit says it. Like, what was it? The part where the girl was crying, and I was thinking, we're going to get into the girl crying part, okay? Because now I'm throwing myself off. When I was actually writing this down, because like I said, I did mention my colored pencil. I did write this down in a different book, but I had to transfer it all into my regular reading book that I use, my blue one. Because I didn't like it. It wasn't organized. But when I was transferring it into this book, I said, is there any evidence on his clothes? And I blatantly saw the word yes. Now, I also asked, does she have anything to say? And I was cut off by the words continue and to her family. Finishes the sentence. Does she have anything to say to her family? Now, it's weird because I see this directly after. I see the words hard work, family. And then I see the words lose faith to continue search. So is that what the word continue means? Is that what she's trying to express to her family, not to give up? Because, control it, Diana. Me getting emotional. Because when I saw the words weeks, I instantly thought, damn, she had to be missing for like a couple of weeks. And when I go and actually pay attention to the case, like certain things that I was reading, like I said earlier, I was searching up things because of what I was seeing. But it was the fact that she was missing for 4 weeks caught my eye. And I was like, damn, that's what spirit meant. But yeah, she said hard work, family, and lose faith to continue search. So definitely don't lose faith. It's weird because it ties into the next thing that I was gonna say, but I just so happened to naturally say it because I feel like, let me just read it because this expresses it perfectly. I was thinking not to lose faith because there's victory in the smallest of things. And it was random because even though that message was for her, it was the fact that the actress that went missing recently on the water with her 4-year-old son, I saw those people standing on the dock. I think it was like the actors and the actresses. I don't know who those people were, but I saw those people in that moment of what I was saying. So I'm believing that resonates to her too. And then right afterward, I saw the words clues. Now, I did see the words found her. Not only did I see them, but I heard the words we find her. We find her. Then that's when I asked, who's we? And then that's when I saw the words ancestors speak. No lie, you guys. This is the stuff I be seeing. And I see the words help locate her. Well, I saw the words help locate her. And I saw the words wounded leg. And with the next set of the next set of words that I saw in my vision, pain. So wounded leg and pain. Now, I did see a deep red bruise. I forget which leg it was. Maybe, nope, I didn't write it down. But it was a red patch on the inner part of her leg. More higher up on the leg, would be closer to the knee, but yeah. And it was like big and it was red. That's why I was looking at it like a bruise. But I can't lie, I did feel like, because honestly I got this reading took hours, you guys. Sometimes these readings take hours. And I asked if the reading was over because I felt like I wasn't getting enough or it wasn't flowing as fast as I wanted it to. And Spirit said, almost done. Almost done. That's the words I saw. Now, what I saw next, I basically saw this. I saw the words he turns, and this is what I saw. You guys know I can't draw when I'm really not trying. But that's the card taking the turn on what looks like on normal road. Because after I wrote he turns, I said it's a card taking a steep turn. It doesn't look like a highway here. And then Spirit showed me the word correct. It wasn't a highway. And I can't say it was a sidewalk. I just knew it wasn't a highway. Because, like, look at it, you guys. Like, that's not the type of curve that you would see on an intersection. You know what I'm saying? That's not the type. No. He had to be in some type of near neighborhood or I don't know where he had to be. But, you guys, if 2 plus 2 equals 4 and 5 plus 5 equals 10, then what the hell is this? Now, the next vision that I saw was, it was actually gasoline in the trunk of the car. I saw the words he burns, and then also wrote, "What? I don't know," to myself as a note. And then that's when I saw the words evidence. And then that's when I saw the words family hurts, desperate. I kept seeing the words desperate over and over and over. Like from the beginning of the reading to the third page, almost the fourth page, I kept seeing the words desperate. Now, I wrote down what are some clues about the path that could be taken to find the girl's body. And I saw the words near house. It's funny because I remember it so distinctively. It was like one of those houses with a porch with those bigger windows and all the lights were on. Like it was dark outside or something. You know, that's how the lights radiated from the windows, like the brightness, like as if it was dark. I see the words listeners. Well, thank you for listening. But I saw the words father regrets, and I seen that multiple times, even when thinking about personal things that could have been avoided. In her case, on simple like just things that could have been avoided, so that this girl could have not have been abducted. And I still saw the words father regrets. Like maybe he would have thought these things himself. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, females gotta stop walking alone. I couldn't just riddle around that. Like females have to stop walking alone. Like when I was on my way home from college, I think it was during winter break or something like that. It was just when I was on that Greyhound bus or the what type of bus is it? I forget. But when I was on a bus going back home, it was like I seen Amish women walking long trails on the same road that my bus was going on. To God knows where. Like I've seen multiple women just alone taking long walks by themselves on a desolate road in what looks like to me the middle of nowhere, like a farm area or something like that. So it's like these women really do have to stop walking alone. Like predators don't exist in the world. You know what I'm saying? And I say it like that because the women I saw were vulnerable women. Like one was an older woman. One was a young girl on her bike. All that damn traffic, anything could have happened to her. One was a girl, she could have just been close to her house, but it was the fact that she was walking. You could see that she walked off of the highway and then walked into some type of farm. Excuse me for being too overly observant because stuff like this does happen, so I feel like I should be looking out for other women. Even if I am on the bus, something like this may happen and you'd be like, oh, so-and-so went missing. Oh, I wonder why. Well, she was walking by herself on a long road. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Basically that is along the lines of what I was thinking. Okay, let's just sum it up there. But yeah, I did see the words father regrets. And right after I saw that, I saw the words he punch. Now, don't ask me why it was so random, but father regrets and he punch. So maybe he did that action in taking out his own anger. You know how men get when they ball up their fists and, they get so angry. But, yeah. I also saw the words, I can't skip over that, because when I was going over this, I saw a white bike. But anyway, the next thing that I saw was the words holding crying, and this is the part where I was talking about how spirit kind of corrects me in a sense, because I wrote down the words holding crying. It's thinking if it was a boy or a girl, because I really didn't see the gender. I just saw like, I'm lying. I can't really say that because it was a dress. I just wasn't paying attention to that. I'm just like, I was gonna say a young child, but Spirit corrected me and said a young girl. And in the middle of my writing, so let me continue. Holding crying, it's a young girl on the left of an adult. Spirit corrected me on that word too, adult. Holding on to them. Let me say it again. Saw the words holding crying. It's a young girl on the left of an adult holding on to them, like she was holding tight. What I saw was more like from afar. And that's why I said, like, it's obvious that she has the dress on, because I could see the apron tied around her waist. It was kind of tight, and you can see where her dress ends. And it was a dark colored dress. And you could see the fact that she was hugging the person from this side, like I said, from the left of whoever that was. Yes, that would be the left. Would that be the left? Would that be my right side? Hold on, you guys. I'm actually trying to think about this. Because I saw her turn like this. So if she's on this side, and I turn that way, did I see her facing me in the vision? Well, did I see the people facing me in the vision? If I physically turn myself that way, then it would be on the right side, because I see her holding this side of the body. Spirit says accurate information. Just now, accurate. And then information. Okay, but let me continue, because that took a lot of thought. I really do try to get, like, which side it was on, you know, etc., because I feel like that stuff is important. Because there was a time that I was channeling for a teacher. Didn't know the lady was a teacher at first. It was just things that I discovered in my reading. And I said that there was a scratch on the lady's face, and the guy who was arrested, not a scratch on the lady's face, a scratch on his face. And the guy who was arrested did indeed have a deep scratch on the same side that I said he had the scratch on, because I said I also felt the pain on this side. Now, those who have been watching me for a while may or may not remember that story, but that's why I try to get the sides distinct. Like, I try to be very distinct on which side it is, because it may help look for other bruises and things that may be invisible to the naked eye, because especially after 4 weeks, a month, some scars, and I'm talking about for the deceased person, some things may disappear over time. So it's like they may need to look deeper into what may have happened to them. Okay. Now, I also saw the words lips blue. But not only did I see the words, I saw her lips, like, actually blue. And the way that the vision was shown to me, it was that dark background again, but it was like a filter, something like, I don't know, it was like a dark blue background, something like if you walk into a freezer with one of those blue lights in it type of thing. And, you know, kind of sounds creepy, but that's kind of how I see it. It's like the blue overtone, like the dark overtone over it, because you can see it in the shade of her skin. The spirit says pale skin. You can see it in the shade of her pale skin, like the blue overtone. And they were also very dry and brittle like. And yeah. Okay. Now, when I was writing this down, I also saw the words bad smell. And I also saw what looked like, this wasn't in between. This wasn't nothing that I saw in between. Bad smell was the thing that I saw in between. But I saw a blood patch, like a dark patch right here. I flip the side, not right here, it's right here. I wasn't thinking about which side it would be on, just describing it. Because I like to, like I said before, I like to flip it to see the accuracy. Now, I did see the words videographic, and this is something that I saw after the reading, but I saw the word suffocation. Because, let me not say that, but I did see the word suffocation. Now, I don't know why, but I must say everything. I saw a koala bear, like a stuffed koala bear. I also asked myself, it goes from good to bad, good and bad, but if we didn't have any balance, then it would be no experience. It would be no lesson learned. You know, you wouldn't know how to control these emotions if there was no balance. I'm only saying that so you can grab onto your seat, grab onto your pearls. I said to myself, why didn't she scream? And I saw the words threatened her, and it like covered my vision. Now it wasn't just like a new set of words threatened her. I literally saw, sometimes it happens like this, like I see words written down on my paper for me, like how on the next page the word racist there. When I saw that in the vision I had was of it written on my paper, like the word threatened her. When I said that, Spirit instantly reminded me of my own words that I wrote from the beginning, and it literally like covered my vision. It said exactly what I said, threatened her, in my own handwriting being shown to me in a vision, just to answer my own question, you know. I don't like talking too much on certain things because I feel like it takes away from the principle, from over explaining. But I saw the word he raped girl, Weeks killed. Killed Weeks girl, raped he. So sorry, I had to reverse it for my own clarity. Sometimes you have to reverse them. There was something that I saw. What was it? I don't know. But I did write an arrow beside it, and Spirit said to reverse it when I speak about it to you guys, so it could make sense. But I said to myself, I wish you'd tell me where she is. And then that's when I saw the words woods. And then that's when I saw the words found guilty murder. And then that's when I saw, it was basically a crime scene photo being held far from me. And not too far, but it was like obviously at a distance in the vision. And what I saw looked like one hand up here and the other by her side. And face turned this way. There was something red right here. Made me think of like a cut or a scratch or something that made her bleed on her face. And I also saw like brown patches on her skin, like dirt or whatever you would call it. Like she has been drugged through the like dry mud or something, or like, you know, I just saw all the extra debris and scratches. Well, marks. Now, I saw the words peaceful rest, and when I was writing this down, sorry, I paused like that because a purple orb just went over the words arms over her head when talking about, I don't even know why I said arms, but when talking about the crime scene photo. But yeah, I saw the words peaceful rest, and when writing it down, I saw the words recovering past. And I also saw a dove. It was a picture of the dove carrying that leaf in its mouth, flying. And then that's when I saw these words, plain as day as in my vision. I saw the words, he kidnapped me. Disappear day, he killed me. And the words racist. I asked myself, how long were you with him? And she said, spent day. Also saw the word spread information. And then that's when it made me ask her, what did she see around her? You know, what were some of the last things she saw on her way to wherever he'd taken her? Because it would honestly help locate her. It would, like, what are certain things that you've seen? Like, what are certain stores that you may have passed? Or, you know, certain things like that is why I asked. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't write this down, but first thing, well, one of the things that I saw was it was one of the photos that was on Google of the searchers walking down the hill, and it was like tracks in the farming field, like they were being plowed, like it was the row. If you've seen the photo, you know what I'm talking about. But I saw that. So basically what she's referring to is the land and that type of area over there. What I also saw was the words deer was there, and I actually saw a deer from the far, not up close, it's from the far. Now, another thing that I did see was the word gas station. And then that's when I kept pursuing that same question, and Spirit said, like you. And they showed me, how would I describe this without heavily describing my own location? It was basically like signs, like store signs, and just a bunch of signs. Like, you ever go and drive on a certain road, but you know it's leading to a certain store complex, or you know it's leading to a bigger area? You just keep seeing all these like big signs, like what is it, like Morning Star, or you just see all these, like, I don't know how to explain it, bro. You just see all these big signs and storefronts, and not a lot of signs, but you just see signs and storefronts and stuff like that you're driving past. And that's why Spirit said like you, because it's like, damn, how does she even explain it? Like, okay, I passed the store. Okay, I passed the mall. Okay, I passed the library, you know? But getting away from that added sarcasm, my point is the fact that she could have passed. Well, that, not even that she could have. She did pass a certain place like that. But I don't know, it was kind of hard to explain in the beginning, because it's like, how do you explain that? I just really hope that they find her. I feel like we're closer to finding her than we were in the past, especially since like similar clothing from her has been found, and there was surveillance videos of the guy actually abducting her. I feel like we would get closer to finding her body now, because of those factors. But I feel like it will also be easier if I did come up here and tell you guys the things I've seen. And you're probably like, oh, why didn't you just call in, leave a tip? I've thought about that. I did. I really did. Especially the fact that it's so close to home. I really did want to. But it's the fact that I feel like nobody pays attention to us in that sense. Like, if I would call and have this emotional voice and describe all the terrible things that I'm saying to you guys, I feel like they wouldn't take me as serious, you know? And I feel like if I made a video and the more people that seen it, then that's a better way to spread the word. You get what I'm saying? I just don't want to be overlooked. We can't just be overlooking this. So even if it is hard for some people to hear, sometimes it does get out a little bit faster if people made awareness videos like this, or if more people would have posted her on the news outlets, or, you know, big platforms, not even big ones, just reposting, making videos, make like stuff like that. But I feel like I'm losing my train of thought. And it's not really about the speeches that I be giving afterwards. It's really about the fact that I really want them to find her. And I'll forever hold that guilt that I felt forcing myself to believe that because of the stereotypical things that is placed on the Amish community, even if some things are true for some of them, I feel like that was just so naive of me to think that she could have ran away when the girl was actually living a nightmare. And I'll never forget that feeling, like seeing the words "she travels far," seeing the city that her body is in, and just believing, oh, she could have just traveled to Lancaster. Oh, she might be traveling, like, you know, just stuff like that. And then your dad tells you, oh no, she went missing from Lancaster. So it's just things like that that will forever stay stuck in my head. Like, when I see a missing poster, now I can't help but think the worst. Honestly, now I can't help but think the worst, because it's just terrible. Especially for young women, vulnerable women, you know? But yeah, I really do hope that they find her, because it's been a while. And to me, y'all could have been... Let me stop talking about the cop's job. But, yeah. 4 weeks is just way too long for somebody to be missing. And for them to not have been found yet. Especially, for one, a senseless murder. For one, an unplanned murder. Even though he was driving up very slow, following her. Because I did see him, like, you know, cruising in the vision. But that type of stuff, I'm talking about how you dispose of the body. That stuff is not planned. So it's very, what you would say, what's the word? Reckless. Spirit says it's very reckless. So you can easily find the trail of where this girl went. I mean, it's only been 4 weeks. It's only been 4 weeks. Like, don't you have dogs? Like, helicopters? Come on now. Y'all would literally, the FBI will literally find a protester off the internet because of an object that she wore in the video. But it takes 4 weeks for this girl to be found. You know what's even worse? What's even worse is the fact that I just started seeing posters in my city about her. Like I literally just seen it. What, like this week? Literally, it was like either Thursday, Friday, something like that. And what's today? Tuesday. That's why I said like this week. Like I literally just saw it. Like why? Come on now. That's how you know that they weren't even taking it seriously in the first place. Because why am I just now seeing posters? And this girl been missing for over a month? Like, let me stop. But yeah, you guys, that's the end of my reading. Um, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because the more people that interact with this video, the more that it will be exposed with the more people who spread this video and make people listen, you know? So, within saying that, have a good night, a good morning, wherever you are. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like mentally, my thoughts were everywhere in this reading, like explaining myself, this and that. It's really, I keep seeing the word touched heart, touched heart. It is a very sensitive topic. Have a good night, good morning, wherever you are, you guys. Peace, love, and unity.